Yo guys, what's going on? Just want to go over the big London trades that I took overnight and kind of what I've seen to get that, including daily bias and then how I framed that setup. I'll promise you about 5 minutes here. So going, you guys know, I look for sweep and close for a daily bullish bias on the lows, opposite for the highs. Um, so obviously going into what was it, Thursday? We had the problem. It was kind of weird going into Wednesday. Wednesday's high did what? Wednesday's high closed above here. So it's kind of like, okay, I think we should be a bullish, but we're also looking back and we hit this daily fair value gap order block, and then we obviously close back underneath it. So I'm a little more 50-50, and I'm more paying attention to, okay, what does London do? What does Asia London do? Does it go up first or does it come down first and then go? And I'm looking for price to then do the opposite. So obviously yesterday we just have a pretty ugly inside candle. But what do? We go up and we hit that fair value gap again, and then we close below it again. That gives me a little more bearish bias going into Friday. Of course, so what I'll do is I'll sit back and see. Okay, what does Asia London do? So Asia London does what? I go to my lower time frame here, and okay, so here we have Thursday's closing over here. And we have the daily open last night sitting here, 6 p.m. Thursday. What does price do? Asia London. We start moving up first. Okay, that fits my bearish bias out of that what? Out of that daily civvy. So I can so what I'm looking for is I'm looking to frame some kind of short going into that London time, looking for some kind of 1 hour, 4 hour swing out of an obvious fair value gap. Usually, an hourly fair value gap that is sitting there is usually a good target and a good idea if you get some kind of swing out of it for that London reversal. So what I seen today was obviously we have hourly fair value gap here, last SIBI in the leg in a deep premium here, as well as you have a nice hourly breaker block sitting right here as well. So basically your hourly unicorn sitting right there. So what do? We obviously go up to it. And then this is the big part. So we didn't really have a good hourly swing out of it until until we got a nice drop back down. But this is what I seen, and this is what kind of framed it. Like we really didn't have a 15-minute swing. The hourly swing did form, and the 4 hour swing did form, but not until like down here after we got this 5 minute breaker down. This was more of just an RR play. So our hourly civvies somewhere in here, right? We tap into it, and so this is where I'm like framing the lower time frame, and I'm like, okay, well, if it's the same concept as looking on the daily, which way do we go first? And then I'm looking for distribution the other way. This fit that narrative coming out of that 4 hour out of that hourly civvy. 4 a.m. opens here. What do we do first? Manipulation higher. Manipulation higher. What time do we get? Remember, we're looking for distribution to start in the hourly candle between like 10 after, 25 after, somewhere in there. Out of this hourly civvy, we get this 5 minute swing point. Now, obviously, it's very risky, right? We're straight up pumping. It's just a 5 minute swing point. But in terms of what I was looking at, is this is just an RR play, because I'm as soon as this candle closes, I'm looking to get in. Stop goes just about as high, but I'm targeting previous day low. Why? Because of the daily. The daily, I don't want to go back to it and lose my spot on the charts, but you have 2 times where we're rejecting that daily FEG without taking any kind of daily low. So it makes sense. Asia London manipulates higher. We should push down for some kind of daily low. If you go down to your 30 second, and remember on the 5 minute, we look for a 30 second breaker down. And what did we have? We had a 30 second breaker down somewhere in here. Here it is. Well, here's the hourly civvy, of course. And then if you look here, you had a breaker sitting right here. As soon as we close back beneath, well, this, if I can draw here, let's get rid of out of the hour civvy, 5 minute swing. So I'm literally entering here, right? I'm entering here as soon as we make this breaker block. My stop goes here. My stop's literally 10 points. 10 points, and I'm going for over 200. Almost a 20 yard trade. Actually, it was a 20 yard trade. Maybe I mean I did trim on the way down, so it doesn't make it exactly 20R. I know a lot of people say, oh, I caught this many points, but really, if you trimmed, it actually lowers it, of course, right? But who really cares? Um, so I mean, it was, in terms of RR and knowing that in terms of a daily profile, I'm looking for that London reversal. To me, this a good opportunity. So I just get in here. I pay myself at 50%. Asia lows, and then I'm not selling and then I'm not selling anything until we get to yesterday's low, and the big low for me was Wednesday's low, and you'll see, and and you guys should know that's where we actually reversed. This was Wednesday's low, sitting down here. If you go back here, because you guys know we missed it on this was going into over here. We actually missed it. Reversal back down. So obviously you're leaving daily relative equal lows. This is and then Wednesday's low down here, and then we take Tuesday as well. Well, I guess not Tuesday's low, but Wednesday's low, Thursday's low, and then obviously the big reversal and then the whole Terra thing. But that was the reason for that. Like I said, it was just more of an RR play, and out of the hourly civvy, but using that daily profile to kind of guesstimate when price is going to reverse, right? We look for those reversals, those hourly swing points, or a 4-hour swing point in London out of an obvious fair value gap, which happened to be that hourly civvy that was sitting in a premium right here. So that's what I'm really just trying to show you guys. Usually a 15-minute or an hourly obvious fair value gap is where London's going to manipulate to, and then if you're looking for distribution back down or back up, obviously it depends if you're bearish or bullish. That's where you're looking for your swing point on the hourly to then push back down. So there you have it. Obviously the 4-hour then made this 15-minute breaker. So as soon as we made this 15-minute breaker down, I knew I was good, because I know if we get a 15-minute breaker down off of a 4-hour swing, I know this high is safe until a true higher time frame sell side is delivered, which was here. So my stop stayed pretty much here until I start taking lows and putting in more additional swing points. But with that was the trade. 7 minutes. I went a little over my time, but hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace.